Hi, everyone. We hope that you are ready to begin your SOL testing this week. You will start this week with your math SOL test. And because you're taking a day to take your SOL test, you will not see as many literacy assignments as you typically do. We also have students that will be testing on all different days this week. So, because of that, what we're going to do is give you all of your literacy assignments at the beginning of the week on Monday, and they will be due by the end of the week. So, you will not see new assignments released every day. You will see all your assignments on Monday, and you have all week to complete that. So that's going to include what you're currently in right now, teacher practice number one, a teacher practice number two. Everyone will have a writing prompt. That's your end of the year writing prompt, and we want you to take your time and put your best effort into that. And you have the full week to do that. And then those of you that are reading a chapter book, either Island of the Blue Dolphins or Sign of the Beaver, will have your chapter book assignment for the week. So that's all your work for literacy. And we want to make sure that you are getting all of your assignments in at the end of the week. So let's talk now about what you're going to be doing for today's teacher practice. So if you scroll forward, and you will, after you watch this video, you on the next slide will see this particular slide. And what you're going to do is you're going to be entering a program called TestNav. And TestNav is the program we use to take our SOL test. And they actually have a practice SOL test area that we can all access. And that's what we're going to do today. And our purpose is going to be that we are getting comfortable with the tools that will be available for us on our reading SOL test, and that we feel comfortable using those tools to help us with the test taking strategies that we've been discussing. So when you are ready, after you watch this video, you will start by clicking on the link, and it will bring you to this website that looks like this. You do not need to sign in, so don't worry about this username or password. You will hop right down to the bottom of the screen where it says SOL practice items. You're going to click there. And today you're going to click on Reading 2017. And then, of course, we're grade 5. So this is just the test that students in the year 2017 took for their real reading SOL test, and you get to practice with that. So as you can see, the reading test has 2 sections. We are just going to work on the first passage today. So that's going to be in section 1. So when you're ready, you're going to press start. You need to press that you agree to the terms and conditions. And then when you're ready, you're going to press start again. And it's going to land you on this page, and you'll notice it's blank. There's no passage and there's no questions. So to forward, you're going to press this blue button next up at the top. And that will lead you to the first passage, which is called Monticello, a Mountaintop Treasure. So some of the things we want to make sure you understand are the tools that are available to you. The first thing that you will want to kind of do a little exploring with is over in the right-hand corner. There's a little person icon. You're going to click on that to use a drop-down menu. You have the option to change the background and foreground color of your reading passages. So for most of you, white and black lettering will work just fine. That's really what you're used to. But they do have some other options. So some people might like to have black lettering on cream. It kind of looks a little more yellow. So that's a possibility. Maybe you want to try white lettering on a black screen. Maybe that helps you to read it better. So you can play around with these a little bit, but once you choose one, we want you to just stick with it. We don't want this to become a distraction to you. And in fact, many of you will not even need to do this. because you'll be used to, what you usually use. So, but we did want you to know that that is available, but please don't let that be a distraction. I'm going to put it back on the default. And then another tool you have available to you is something called a line reader mask. And this will be a good tool if you really want to help focus in on one sentence at a time and you don't want to be distracted by the whole passage. So what you will see is this little thing will pop up that you can move down, and it allows you to isolate one sentence at a time so you can focus on that. And so some people like to read like this. I personally do not. And so this is not a tool that I would use, but maybe it will help you. So you can test it out and see what you think. And if you don't like it, you can simply come up here, uncheck it, and it will go away. Okay, so those are a couple of the tools you have available to you. Another really important tool is a highlighter tool. We have been encouraging you to make sure you're using your highlighter, both as you're getting ready to read the passage, but also to go back and find evidence in the text for when you are working on your questions. So we always want to start by highlighting the title. And what you'll notice is you will click on a color and it will highlight it for you. Let's say there is something you highlighted and you didn't mean to highlight it. You can click that button and it will take it away. Okay, so I'm going to highlight my title. I'll make it pink this time. And now I'm going to look at the picture, start to think about whether this is a fiction passage, a nonfiction passage. Might scroll down and see if I can see any underlined words in the passage, and I don't in this particular one. So now I'm ready to read, and I will start at the beginning and I will read the whole passage, and you will do the same. When you are ready to answer the questions, you're going to click this next button, and you will see the first question is going to pop up. So I want to make sure that I'm using, again, the highlighter tool as I'm reading the question. The author gains the reader's attention in the first paragraph by what? So I'm going to highlight the author gains the reader's attention. That's important. I'm thinking about how the author is gaining my attention as a reader. And I'm looking specifically at the first paragraph. That's also important. So, of course, what I will do next is go back to the first paragraph and reread it. And I can see the first sentence tells me that Thomas Jefferson was a man of many achievements. And then it tells me all sorts of achievements. He was the governor of Virginia, a representative to the American government in France, vice president. He was also the third president of the United States. So lots of achievements were listed here. And then one of his greatest achievements was designing and building his plantation home, Monticello, which is in Charlottesville. So I want to be thinking about what this paragraph was about and how the author got my attention. And another tool you have is your answer eliminator. So you can come up here when you are ready to read through your responses. Did the author gain my attention by giving information about France and the United States? No, he didn't. That wasn't the author's, he or she's main purpose there. They did not compare Jefferson and Adams' achievements. Nope, they mentioned John Adams, but I didn't hear anything about John Adams' achievements. Did the author describe the mountains near Charlottesville? And that certainly wasn't the purpose, and that wasn't what got my attention. Did the author list many of Jefferson's successes? Yes, the author did that. I read a lot about his achievements. They use the word achievements, but a synonym for that is successes. So that seems to be my answer. And so when I'm ready to click on my answer, I'm going to go back here at the top to the pointer, and I'm going to select that one. And then I'm going to go on to the next question. So you will continue through using these strategies. You want to pay close attention to this question because it says which two details. So this is a TEI, a technology enhanced question. And so I need to make sure, and you need to make sure when you're on this question, you are selecting two that do not belong, two that are not details about the garden at Monticello. So please look out for your TEI questions. Once you get through the first 5 questions, you're going to come to this screen, and that means you have finished this passage. And if you click next, you would move on to the second. Today, you only need to complete the Monticello, a mountaintop treasure passage. You do not need to do any of the others today. We would like you, as proof of your work today, to take a screenshot. And know you're familiar with how to take a screenshot. Take a screenshot of one of your questions where you've used strategies and where we can clearly see you've used some of the tools. So here I have the eliminator tool I've used. I can definitely see that I've used the highlighter tool. So this would be a great question for me to screenshot. So I'm going to screenshot that. And then on the next slide, I am going to click and upload it here and then submit. So that is what we would like you to do for today. Please take your time and do your best. Thank you.